Hey y'all, a little update. So I lost the battery pack to this camera and couldn't charge the battery. Finally got a replacement, got a new battery and a new charger, so I can use this camera again. I just finished yesterday a 6.5-ish day fast. And the only reason I didn't go longer, I really wanted to do another like 14-day fast, was I usually come home from dance rehearsal Saturday and just sleep all afternoon, but it's LDS General Conference this weekend, yay! So I came home and instead I tried to take a nap, but then I had a cat jump on my tummy. So got up and watched the second session. I always miss the first session because I always have a ballet class and rehearsal. It's just been that way for the last like 6 years, and I don't know what to do about it. Some of my friends are good and they go home and watch conference and they plan that they're always just going to miss that rehearsal, but I missed rehearsal last week and I'm going to miss another one in a couple weeks, so I don't know, that's a hard decision I have to make. So came home and I watched the second session instead of taking my nap, and by then it was late enough in the day by the time that was over that I didn't want to keep napping. And I've been making jerky for my planned trip to the Grand Canyon in May. Since I didn't get that big long nap that my body is usually used to, excuse me, I shouldn't have trusted myself to be in the kitchen handling food, and I just started putting pieces of the meat in my mouth, and before I knew it, I'd had a bunch of meat and like 2 apples. So broke my fast. Not in a really bad way. I still feel really good about it. I had slighter ketones this morning. I'd been really dark on my keto strip. That's kind of where that is. But yeah, so my goal today is I want to do a big workout right now and then go on a big long walk later. I'm dry fasting right now. My goal is to be solidly back in deeper ketosis by the end of today. A lot of times when I break a fast, especially kind of unplanned like that, it takes me a few days to start fasting again, like really diligently. Today I feel really good. I'm just gonna keep fasting. I want to call this more of a blip in the road instead of a stop giant refeed thing. What I want to do today is work on a goal I've had for almost 2 years, but that I've had a really hard time working toward, and that is doing a front walkover and directly going into a back walkover, and that's called a tick-tock. And I know, at least I've heard it called a tick-tock, because your body goes tick-tock with your hands placed on the floor in the middle. I know I've talked about that before, but I had that really bad sciatic pain end of last year, like December and into January, and I have mostly worked through that. It will come back once in a while, but today I want to show you kind of how I've been working towards that. What I'm going to start with right now is a little bit of cardio to get my body warm. tell from my having different pants on and the light being different, but I actually had to make the second part of that video the next day. So it's no longer Sunday, it's Monday. Some things kind of came up yesterday, good things, but I wasn't able to get as far as I did today. So last thing you saw where I'm kicking up onto the couch and then kicking myself back. I would like to be able to do that, but without the couch. The way I learned to do a front walkover was I set up a bunch of gymnastics mats till they were actually about as high as my hips, and then I was brave enough to go up and do a handstand like against the wall, but I wasn't brave enough to let my feet fall behind me. So I would let my feet fall, you know, this far onto the gymnastics mats, and I did that 3 or 4 times, and then I took a mat away and I literally went, you know, I had maybe like 10 mats, and so I was literally going 2 inches at a time, getting brave enough to let my feet fall. I would just land really hard with both feet, and people would always like freak out, like, are you okay? Like, I'm fine, just this is the only way I can do a walkover. And I finally got brave enough to separate my feet so I can kind of get that split look. When I try to do it just flat off the floor, there's some strength in like my upper back that I don't have. And I also feel like I'm just really heavy in my center and I can't get all of that over my shoulders. If nothing else, this is really good for my back as far as strength and flexibility. Working towards this has also helped my arabesque in ballet class. Not that it's perfect arabesque, but it's better than it was a year ago. That's my TikTok goal. That's kind of where it is. I'm all nice and sweaty from trying to figure it out. It's been a good way to kind of open my morning up a little bit too. I hope you have a great day. Happy feasting, happy fasting, happy dancing, happy working toward all of your own goals, especially as we get into springtime here. Don't forget about those things that you wanted to change at the beginning of the year. Go back and look at anything you wrote down at the beginning of January and see where your motivations have maybe changed or what you maybe forgot about, and just keep going after those things you want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6.